Hi guys, it's a beautiful day once again and welcome back to Dexter's World Channel. I'm so happy today, I'm so excited, and maybe you will ask why? Because happiness is by choice. Well, there are reasons that make us sad. Bad medical report, we have lost our job, we don't have money, and broken relationships, and many others. But as what I have said, happiness is by choice. No matter what happens to you, you choose to become happy because it's in this attitude that you can think about better ways on how to solve the problem. If you are puzzled, if you are so stressed, if you are so, anxious about everything, then there's no way for you to think about good solutions to your problem. And for me, my sources of happiness are my pets. And actually now, we have here some babies of our cockatiels and so happy about this. And also we have some babies of our parakeets and this African lovebirds. And I must tell you that in this bird farming, we have to really decide as to a permanent place for them. Because these birds doesn't like to be transferred from one place to the other. Once they are settled in a particular place, then so be it. That's the permanent place for them so that they will start multiplying without any disturbance. And aside from the permanent place that I'm talking about, we have to decide that we have to use some concrete materials. Well, sometimes we just take this for granted. We use some substandard materials and it will end us up losing our birds because they were able to escape because these birds have powerful beak. They can really destroy wooden objects and even the plastic objects. So you will see here that I decided to use the steel matting as our cage here. And also, we have used this wooden materials for our nest boxes. But you can see that they are munching it. This is true even to other birds like the African lovebirds. You will see that all the wooden frames are already eaten up, and I'm afraid that in due time they're gonna be able to escape. Better that I use this welded screen that they cannot penetrate 100% on it, but little by little they're destroying the frame of our cages. And these are the things that we have to consider if you will decide to farm a bird like this, then decide to use the material at one time. What I mean is that you decide to use good material in order for us to be able to make a good cage that there will be no more disturbance. I am saying this because if you are using this lesser quality materials, maybe wood or bamboo, then time will come that you will repair it, and then it will cause some disturbance to our birds and it will affect the bird production. Hello, come on. I will get inside and I will see your baby. There's so much joy in my heart because in this particular nest box, we can see 3 babies. And then over there, we can see 2 babies. And then we have some mamas that are incubating their eggs right here. So we have 5 babies to be weaned. And then I don't know if we can get more babies right here. So we have only started this with few pairs. Only 4 pairs, and we have doubled now the number of birds that are inside in this cage. And let me tell you once more that there is this good food that we can give to our birds without spending a lot of money. And I'm talking about the moringa, the leaves of this palm tree. These are the food that we are actually giving them every day on alternate basis. And then I observe that you no longer have to supplement them with the commercial vitamins. These are all natural. They are not even so much dependent on the seeds, but they are so much dependent on the greens, the leaves that we are giving them. So they enjoyed eating this, and also this gives them good health and the ability to produce. Imagine in our last video, we only had this few birds. We also have featured you in our last video the chicks that we are about to wean from this cage. But now, there are again another babies that we can show you, and they're very beautiful. Oh, the mama is still very, oops. You see that bird? Another bird is here. And then we have this one here. Ouch! Ow! I'm sorry. It's really very painful. Wow. Why are you angry? I'm sorry. I have to borrow this one here. Ah! These are big birds. I suppose that one is male and one is female. I don't know about this, but I'm quite sure that the bigger one, this one is a male. And if you are knowledgeable about this, you can also educate us on how to know the male and the female even at this young age. I'd like also to mention about these branches. These are the sampalok branches. These are the branches of the sampalok that you have suggested before. And I'm so thankful about your suggestions because one of you said you utilize the sampalok branches so that it will last long. And indeed, this have last long because it's more than a year now that these branches are here, and they were not able to munch this one. These are very hard branches, and I would like to recommend the sampalok branches for your perch of your bird. And next week, we're gonna make an update about the babies that we can see right here and over here. I hope that they can produce some babies. I also have some problems about rats because the rats are coming over during the night, and one of you said you don't have problems about rats. Well, we also have these problems because there are so many rats here, and it's good that we already have developed the canals where these rats have thrived. Last week, the government were able to make some road constructions. These garbage are the havens of these rats, and we are now concreting this road. And I'm so happy about this development, and I know that this will also help us minimize the presence of our rats here. Well, the usual food, this moringa, and this is just very available here in our place, and this can grow in all kinds of soil, and maybe in your country you can also grow this one. This is very helpful in your farm. This can be fed to the ostrich, this can be fed to turkeys, the ducks, and the birds, every animals, and even for human consumption, this moringa is really best. So we will give some to them. I will get inside here And we can also see here some babies to be weaned. I would get inside. You know, in bird farming, like this African lovebirds, we have to mix the seeds in order to get a balanced diet for our birds. But sometimes these seeds are not available. The safflower, the sunflower seeds, and other seeds that are source of vitamins are not available. So the readily available here in our place is this canary seeds. Sometimes dawa, the local term for this canary seeds, are just readily available, and it's the only seed that we can be sure that all year round we have this supply. That's why I really had difficulty on finding some other sources like other seeds. But then this problem now had already been solved, because with the moringa you can ensure the balanced diet of our birds. If you give this on a daily basis, I have to be honest with you, I'm giving this on a daily basis. Before, I am quite hesitant to give on the daily basis with this moringa. But now, since I am already convinced, I already have forgone using these supplements that we can buy in the market. Well, that's also good. But if you can do the natural thing, the leaves of this moringa, please do it. And this is less expensive and less laborious. This is a two-in-one combination, because if they're gonna eat the juice, they will also use some of the stick for nesting materials. And this is actually a very good development, because the babies of these birds can fly immediately from the nest boxes. What I have witnessed is that they are very strong. They can fly immediately. Sometimes the birds are weak, that the moment that they will come out from the nest box, they cannot fly immediately. They have to stay on the basement or on the floorings, and sometimes they will be attacked by the aggressive birds. But what I have observed with the use of this moringa is the fact that they can immediately fly, that they don't have this, weak moments compared before. So I am highly recommending the use of this moringa. If you will use wooden materials, you will expect that they're gonna munch this. You will see this table, and this material which I use for the nesting boxes are already, munch like this one. You'll see, and I don't know if we have some alternative for this, because what I can think about for cages or for this nest boxes are only wooden cages. I don't know if we can use some steel plates or thick galvanized sheets, plain sheets for this. I don't know if this will work. But so far, the use of wood is actually good. It's just that they are really fond of munching and destroying everything that they can munch. And you will see here, this portion here have already been destroyed. And these are the things that are actually happening. These are setbacks. I don't know if this can be remedied. But what I have in mind is to really make a good aviary out of steel mattings in the new farm that we gonna develop. And this is gonna be a permanent place for the birds. For the meantime, we will just propagate them and allow them to lay eggs and hatch many more chicks in preparation for our farm that we're gonna develop in the future. You guys can see the cute babies that are here. They just came out of these clay pots, and they are already capable of joining the flock outside. And you will see this one. This is very cute. And the other is here. You will see that they are very young, but they are now able to fly out of the nest box. And this is one of the things also that we have to watch out, because the moment that these youngs will come out of the nest box, some of the aggressive birds would have the tendency to harm them. From time to time, we are really very conscious about this so that we can maximize our production. They can easily harm the birds, especially the young ones. And this is one of the disadvantages if you are doing a colony breeding. Some of the aggressive birds can really hurt the innocent or the inferior ones. I'd like also to tell you that these clay pots are good, these bamboo are good. Now I can conclude that whatever material that you are going to use for the nest boxes will do good for our birds. It doesn't matter if you will use this coconut husk, this woods, or nest boxes, and this bamboo, these clay pots. Now I can conclude it doesn't really matter. As long as they have the privacy, they have the good food, and they have this peaceful environment, then they will really multiply with, of course, the giving of the correct diet, the correct food. And I can recommend once more this moringa for our parakeets. And I hope, guys, that you are entertained with this video, and I hope that you learn also something about this bird breeding. And I'm looking forward to be able to have a good facility for our birds in the future. Well, that entails a lot of capital, that entails a lot of money and budget, and even the place. And well, we'll keep on dreaming. As long as we are alive, then we will keep these dreams in our hearts and in our minds alive, so that we are going to become very inspired to live this life. So I would like to make a shout out to the members of this channel, to our viewers, to our followers, and most especially to our subscribers and members of this channel. Thanks a lot. And I will invite you to please subscribe. If you have just come across with this channel, please subscribe, because we are uploading videos regularly. And I would like to see you in my next video. Only here at Dexter's World.